In this video, I'll be sharing hacks and budget props for product photography at home on a budget.
And before I get started, I just wanted to let you know you better subscribe because this whole month I'm going to be doing product photography videos, so make sure you are subscribed.
This first item is a DIY product photography hack / prop that you would never ever want to see in your jewelry product photography shots or wedding flat lays. And they are my DIY version of expensive styling blocks. These are just little containers that had push pins or paper clips from Hobby Lobby, but you can also use lens caps for your styling blocks. The purpose of styling blocks is to add depth to your product photography shots or flat lays. I love that these are completely portable because during wedding days or product and branding photo shoots, having these already in a styling kit with ribbons, scissors, and other props allow you to focus on composing your image instead of hunting around or trying to think of a way to elevate your product shots. Did any of you guys collect random scraps of paper growing up? I was totally that kid. I would take Ferrero Rocher wrappers and make them into Barbie skirts. And I'm a graphic designer now, so it makes sense that I've always had a fascination with paper and packaging design. Collecting paper scraps like paper mache from parties, tissue paper from gift bags, paper doilies from baked goods, and even Christmas wrapping paper makes for a good budget prop that you can cut up and shape however you want. As far as product photography lighting goes, I always try to find natural light with my flat lays because I don't have a lot of artificial lights to play around with at home. But if you watch my jewelry product photography at home video, you'll know that I recommend continuous lighting like in a studio if you want to take consistent photos for your brand. Here, I have the products facing away from the window, but I should have tried this sideways so that instead of having the light hit only at the top, the light could have evenly hit on one side and the shadows could have extended to the right side of the products. The shadows are deep, but if you want to fix this with budget product photography lighting hacks, make sure to watch the video up above. Flowers make really great budget props, and I share different ways you can get them cheap later in this video, but our next budget prop and hack is going to save you so much pain when photographing dainty jewelry or small products for product photography. If you ever struggle when photographing rings and earrings because you just can't keep them propped up without distracting from the jewelry itself, you better try this hack that I just discovered, and that is using braces tack. I know, it's really weird. For my example, I kind of used a lot of braces tack, but you get the gist. You just need to roll a little bit of braces tack and prop the ring up on it. You could even use tweezers as a hack so that you can really be precise with how you compose your image. Okay, if you guys don't have braces wax because you were fortunate enough not to have braces, you can also use hot glue. So I don't know if I would actually put this on the board because I feel like you would damage whatever flat lay surface you're using. I would maybe squeeze out a little bit of a pump, unplug it, let it cool, and then scrape it off, kind of like this dot right here. Scrape it off if you can, and then place it where the wax would be. If you don't have any braces wax or even hot glue, you can also use silicone putty earplugs. I know it's very weird again, but they work. If you're using a DSLR for your ring shots, but you can't get as close as you want because you don't have a macro lens, you should purchase some macro extenders. These are very budget friendly and you can actually stack them to get as close as you want to the ring. The only problem is whenever you're using macro extenders, I don't know if this happens with macro lenses, extenders you have to manually focus, at least that's what I'm having to do with mine, and also it cuts out a lot of light because the light isn't reaching your lens as fast as it would if you didn't have the extra piece of glass. So I do have to increase the ISO, so it's hard when you are inside a darker space, so try to find a window. Besides increasing the ISO, you need to open up your aperture so that you can get the ring correctly, because sometimes whenever you're focusing on rings, it's easy to focus on the gem itself but then it blurs out everything else. Instead, you need to focus on one of these like pegs up here, like the 4 little crowns. At least that's what I do, and it turns out better than if you're focusing on the gem. Another product photography tip I have is to use a flashlight to focus on your product to help it stand out from the surrounding props. Using a flashlight allows the jewel on the ring to glimmer and catch light. This isn't a product photography prop, but if you own a clothing boutique or want to take a product photo for a shop and need to hang clothing, but they just always seem to fall off, I actually recommend this weird product photography hack using braces rubber bands. These braces rubber bands are clear, and you can also use clear hair elastics. One other thing, you should probably get a designated hanger for your product photos so that everything is consistent. I try to bring this wooden hanger to weddings, and then I just Photoshop the word Macy's out. One of the places I like to get budget-friendly and almost free product photography props is by thrifting, or even like looking at people's attics or garages. My friend recently dropped off this whole box of vintage cameras, and if you want to see a haul and a film camera trial, make sure to subscribe to this channel and stay tuned. Another prop that's basically free are flowers or some kind of plant or wheat. Whether you grow them, pick them, buy them on sale, or dry them, I usually hang mine upside down from a hook to dry them, or you can even use artificial flowers so you can reuse them for any other photo shoots. Along with flowers, you can pair books, newspapers, and magazines pretty inexpensively, and better yet, they can actually double as a full background. If you're interested in more inexpensive backgrounds and budget lighting hacks for your next product photography at home, make sure to subscribe and watch these videos right here.